Hello and welcome to this Laravel Hello World tutorial. Today we'll be looking at how to create a new Laravel application and request a controller to pass data to a view, and then using the Blade templating engine we can display that data. So first we want to install the Laravel Installer. So we'll do that using Composer. If you haven't installed Composer, you can watch a video on how to do that. So Composer global require, the inverted commas, Laravel /installer. You can just press enter to run that. I've done it already. Next we want to open up the .bashrc file. You can use nano or vim. I'll use nano here. Then add this line to the bottom of the file. I'll add this line and other commands into the description. You can go ahead and save that. Over here I've created a Laravel projects folder, so I'll just cd into that. You can press tab to autocomplete. So if you've done everything correctly, added the path and installed the Laravel installer, if we run Laravel, it will show this with the Laravel version. But what we want to focus on here is the new command to create a new application. So you run Laravel new, and you can call this whatever you want. I'll say Laravel project, and it'll start creating the files here. Here's the Hello project. Just give it some time to finish installing all of these. There we go. So as you can see, if we list everything, we'll find our Hello projects being created. So you can cd into the Hello project like this. Now if you're using Sublime, you can open Sublime like this, and we'll find our project here. So there are a lot of files at first, but we only know what everything does at the first go. We're just going to be focusing in app, in HTTP, and the roots folder. So what it does here is we have a root class that makes a GET request. If you know any REST API frameworks, you'll see that REST APIs, that there are different commands. You get, post, patch to update. But here we're making a GET request to this URI, the home directory, and it returns a view welcome. But in the real world application, we will be rather using a controller. So we'll use the same way, but instead of passing a function as a second parameter here, we'll be giving it a controller's name. So we can still use this URI, and we'll use a controller's name. So let's just say page controller at, and then this calls a method. So we'll be calling the hello method. So I'll do this. I'll start by commenting this out. You can use Control / in Sublime. Now we want to go back to our terminal and let's run PHP artisan like this. So this gives you a whole bunch of commands that we can use. The one over here we're focusing on is the make controller. So what we can do, you can push up arrow to get a previous command and type in make controller and then give it a name. We called it page controller, so it's the same name here. Giving it page controller, you can just press enter and it says controller created successfully. Controllers are stored in HTTP in controllers over here, but a shortcut to open that is we can just press Control P and say page controller, press enter. Then it creates this class for us and we can declare our function in here. If you know any PHP, if you know how to add PHP snippets, you can create your own one. I created one where we can just quickly add in our hello function. This is the same name that we are calling here. Get rid of this. In here, we can return the same view. So what it does is it just returns a view, but we don't necessarily have to do this. This can also just return a string. So I'll run this quickly. We'll go back to the command, and as you can see, Artisan has a serve function, which serves the application on a PHP development server. So you can push the up arrow a few times to get PHP Artisan and just type serve. You can see the server starts in localhost on port 8000. So we can go to a browser, type in localhost 8000, just refresh this, and you can see it displays our string hello world. But if we want to return the view, we can do this, and views are stored in the resources views over here, and we find our welcome.blade.php. We can type .blade.php, but it doesn't read so well, so Laravel makes it easy and we can just say welcome. So it's going to come into blade.php and throw this and display all of this. We have some inline styles, but in a real world application we'll rather have this in a separate CSS folder. Also, you can rather write your CSS in a framework, in a styling tool such as Sass or Less, and just displays Laravel 5. So we can go back to the browser and just refresh, and throws our view, Laravel 5. So let's look at how we can pass data to this view and display it here using the Blade templating engine. So we can go to our page controller. Let's just create some variables, name and a surname. Create a surname here. Now there's different ways to attach data to this view that we send in. One way is we can put compact here, and in here we just pass in the same name we're going to be using here, like this. Or we want to pass in surname, we can, or you can pass in an array to hold both of these. Another way is we can pass it in with the with command. So in here I'll pass in the array holding the name and surname. So we'll give our name a keyword using name, and this word holds our name variable here. We can give it a surname, and that will be holding our surname variable, like this. So along with this view, we've attached some extra data here. So now to display this in the front end here, I'll get rid of this. We add it in between a set of two curly braces. So we'll type in your name. Now this name matches to our key that we added in here. So we'll add the name, and we'll add in the surname, like this. So if we refresh, we'll get John Doe. So now another thing to look at is for loops in Blade. So we'll attach some friends. No, some friends to John in an array. Add in me, Abby, and Nikki over here. So we can just attach that here as well. Friends, and then the variable name, which is this, and this holds the array that we're sending through as well. So we come back to the front end. We can use a keyword for each, and then this is the keyword that we've passed in here, which is friends. So we'll use friends here as each friend. Now to end the for loop, we just say end for each, which is this command. So between this, it will repeat, in this for each, will repeat this each time, 3 times in this case, for each friend. So we'll display each friend in a list. Now to do that in a set of 2 curly braces again, and this variable here. each friend. So if we refresh this, we should get a list of all John's friends. John, Dosie's friends, Mark, Abby, Nikki. There's many more you can do with the Blade templating engine. There's a lot to go through. And again, also from here, this data can come from the server or whatever you generate. But this just gives you the gist of what you can do, just the basic Hello World tutorial. So I hope this sets you well on your way to creating some cool applications. Thank you for listening.